And, you know, I thought it was a great message to start the season. And I don't know how deep you want to get into this, but I know in your program notes, you had written that it's rare that you wear your heart on your sleeve, as you do in this piece. What does that mean? What was special about this piece for you during the pandemic as you wrote it?
Well, I think, let me backtrack a little bit of telling about the story of the origin of this piece. So we were under lockdown. I live now in near Berkeley, California, and I received, we locked down in March, and I received a call from a good friend, colleague of mine, Denise Ball at the CBC, the Canadian Broadcasting Corporation. And she basically said, you have to do this piece. You know, it's going to be an extraordinary collaboration between musicians from across Canada and Yannick Nezek's again conducting, or kind of, you know, waving his arms in his living room while everybody follows, you know, also in their own living rooms, and it's going to be digitally put together by the team at the CBC. And, you know, we wanted it to be a piece that reflected the pandemic and provide a sense of hope. And the way Denise put it was like a virtual music hug to the community and to the community at large in Canada and also abroad. And so I couldn't say no, but under the circumstances, I was completing another piece and we didn't really finalize things until later on. And I basically had 10 days to compose the piece. And, you know, normally in normal situations for orchestral pieces, I have months to prepare the piece, if not, you know, years in advance that you get a project like this. But, you know, in this case, because they wanted to launch it on July 1st, which is Canada Day, so I had 10 days to compose the piece. And at the time, I have a 6-year-old now. He was, you know, 4 back then, but he, you know, he was at home 24/7, and I was sick at the time with bronchitis. But so it was like so many things that affected things for actually having time to compose. So I was limited to, you know, at night and also during periods where someone else could take care of him. So yeah, it was a testament to faith. And so ultimately that's why I chose the theme that I chose, because we're now all living in, you know, with the idea that really faith will carry our way through this pandemic, and faith in whatever, you know, even if you don't believe in a deity or God, that faith of humanity can carry us through to something to survive this time. So in that regard, that's why I turned to Hildegard von Bingen as one of my composer heroines, you know, and I looked to her to find a source of both text and musical idea in the form of a chant as the basis, the inspiration of this piece.
And Hildegard von Bingen, of course, I love as well. Medieval composer. She saw visions. She illuminated. She wrote text, and she painted. She made a lot of visual art. I have the quote here from the chant. I'll just read this for our viewers here. O shepherd of our souls, O primal voice, whose call created all of us, now hear our plea to thee, and deign to free us from our miseries and feebleness. So I love Denise Ball's comments as well, as a musical hug. And that's exactly what I thought when I heard this piece. And I thought, what a wonderful way to open the season. It's hopeful. It reminds us of our struggles, but also of your struggles, writing this in 10 days with a sick child. And I think we hear that. It's like when you bake some bread with, you hear the love in that, right? You can taste it. And that's what we're going to get, I think, with this piece. So thank you so much for sharing it with us. And we're absolutely thrilled to perform Prayer.
Thank you for programming it.